everyone. I hope you all are having a great day. Thank you for joining us today in this exciting session. I'm Purvik, a product marketer from Zoho Cliq, and we're also joined by two experienced developers from Zoho Cliq, who are Navneet Krishnan and Tyagaraj. So they are the ones who will be taking you through the entire Zoho Cliq Developer Platform. For those of you who don't know what the Cliq Developer Platform is, it's a set of bots and tools that help you build on top of the existing Cliq application and tailor it according to your needs. So I hope everyone's played with Lego sets, so you all know what a Lego is. So if you think of Cliq as your base Lego set, then the Cliq platform is something that provides you with additional pieces so that you can craft and personalize your base Lego creation according to your specific vision and needs. So some of the examples that you can do with this platform include automating your everyday tasks or connecting your Cliq with other applications that you use on a daily basis. Whether you want to integrate custom features, automate workflows, or build unique solutions tailored to your organization's needs, this platform has you covered. So before we start, to answer Kishore, one of the use cases that he asked was, can we check in remotely without having to click on the remote in button? He wants to check into his work by using his cards in his office. So in Zoho, we use the same thing. So whenever you click on check-in, we send out an API. So you can use APIs to like call uh, like remotely to check in. So when we swipe this card when we get into the office, it'll automatically check all the employees in, and we don't have to click on the remote work option. So if you are working remotely, people will click on the remote work option and will show that they're remote in. And if they swipe the card, it'll be office in. So that's one of the use cases. We have a lot of use cases. So, but during this series, we'll be building a to-do list application, which Navneet Krishnan and Tyagaraj will be showcasing. And while building it, we'll delve into each and every tool that the Cliq Developer Platform offers, from creating custom bots and integrations to leveraging APIs and building tailored apps. You learn everything you need to unlock the full potential of Cliq for your businesses. Without further ado, I'll now pass the stage to our developer experts who will guide you through these amazing features and opportunities within the Cliq Developer Platform. So take it away, Navneet Krishnan.
Purvik explained about the Cliq platform. So let me reiterate it. So Zoho Cliq platform is something, but it's a simple, robust, and effective platform built on top of Cliq. You can use this platform to connect your third-party applications of any of your choice. So you can connect to any third-party applications you use for your organization needs. You can build an internal tool. So as said, we have option to remote check-in or office check-in. So you can build internal tools to automate your workflows within your organization. So you can, as said, you can also use bot to centralize your notifications within Cliq. So anything happens in a third-party application can be alerted to you via a Cliq bot. So Cliq can act as a centralized notification medium. So Cliq platform is an extensible and integratable platform. So we have deeply integrated with DRE. DRE is nothing but Deluge Runtime Environment, which is Zoho's native environment. So in Cliq, we provide a set of components which are interactable from Cliq UI. So on execution, Deluge code will be executed. So you can just create a component and write a script for it in Deluge language. So when a user executes that component, the component get executed. That means the code gets executed, and the result is displayed within the Cliq UI. So it eliminates the need for hosting any servers in a third party server or maintaining and handling it. So let me share my screen now. Okay. This is our Cliq interface in a web application. So first, let me explain how to access the developer platform. Click on your profile picture on the right top. So you will get this profile and setting pane. So here you have to click on bots and tools. And in the left hand side, we have 7 components listed. So here, 4 components are interactable components, and 3 components are backend components, which helps these interactable components execution. So say here, bots, commands, message actions, and widgets are interactable components, which an end user can see or execute from it. So here, and functions, schedulers, and databases are backend components, which helps the execution for these components. Um, as we mentioned earlier, in this session, we will look into commands, functions, databases, and button and form functions. So as Purvik said, let's try building a to-do list application. So in which we will cover these four components. So basically, a to-do list application should work like we should provide user an option to enter the details for a to-do. So say I want to complete some default scripts for this Cliq 101 session. So this is my content. I have to set a due date for it and set a priority. Is it a low priority or a high priority one? So once I enter the to-do, then I need to fetch it. I need to check the pending to-dos from somewhere. So let's handle all these cases within this today's session. So first, let me create a command. So okay, first command is nothing but a shortcut which can be performed from any chat window. So you can use this command to solve various use cases like if you need to check weather for your location, you can just create a weather command and execute it from a chat window. So it will pull the weather and show it in the chat window. So like this, we have many commands created already. So you can also solve use cases like you can you can trigger a poll from a chat window, search for a YouTube video from your chat window and post the link in the chat. So if you want to share something, you can do like that. So there are a few many use cases which you can solve with our slash comments right from the chat window. So let me create a command. So when this command gets executed from a chat window, user will get an option to create a to do. So enter details to create a to do. So first, let me create a command. So I am naming it as add to do. Let me give a hint. So let me click on save and edit code. So the command is created, and this is the deluge editor. So as I said earlier, once the component is created, you will get a deluge editor where you can code for that component. So this is the default script, sample script we provide for this command handler. So let me save this and execute it in the chat window. So to execute a slash command, you have to click on the composer and enter slash. So all the commands accessible for you will be listed in the listed here. So let me filter this command. So it's add to do. So as you can see here on execution, a pop-up is shown. So what's pop-up? So here the details accessed by the command developer. Say I am using your user details, using the message details to perform some workflow. So all these informations will be listed to the end user before the command's execution. So the user may accept or reject this execution. So I am proceeding to allow this component to use my user details like name, email ID, or mobile number. So on clicking proceed to allow, the command gets executed and a response is posted in the chat window. So this is a temporary response and it will be visible only for the user who executed the command. So as you can see here, we have options called post here, forward, and close. Post here will post this message in the chat window. So until then, no other participants of this chat can see this can see this comments response. So let me explain this code once. So here we have added an info statement. Info statement is nothing but a logging statement in Deluge. So we have logged the user object. So we have provided user object as a JSON. So as you can see here, the log statements will be provided in this debug view. So I have expanded it. So these are the user details given to the commands code. So this is my account. I have executed a command from this account. So the developer gets the first name, email ID, ID, which is Zoho's unique ID for that user, and organization ID, etc. So basically, in Cliq platform, in most of the components, you have to return the response in JSON format. So we have handled the JSON format, which is written from the commands code. So as you can see here, we have created a map and added a key called text, and we have added saying hi and a brief intro about slash comments. So user's first name is fetched from the user object which we have provided. So since Scott executed this, the message is printed like hi Scott. If someone else execute this command, their first name will be replaced here. So this is the default code we provide for the command. So here, using command, you can post a message like this, but how to get details from a user? So there comes our form. So as you can see here, in the top we have an option called message builder and form builder. So let's check the form builder first. So clicking on it will open this form builder view. So in the fields list, you have default basic fields, click native fields, drop down options, and other fields which you can add to the form. First, to build a to-do list application, we need to give up a text input to get the content, right. So let me add a text component to my form. So here we can edit the name, label, and placeholder for this field which we have added now. So let me name this field as, sorry, input as content, and replace the placeholder. Okay, and increase the max length to 150 characters. So let's mark this field as mandatory, right? And next up, we have to get a due date. So let me search for the. Okay, here we have date and time input. So I'm adding it. Let's name it as due date. And mark this as mandatory as well. So next up, we can add a radio button to get the priority of this to do. So let me rename this as priority. And let's provide two options called low and high. Sorry, low and yeah, low and high. Okay, I'm marking this as mandatory as well. So here you can see we have added three fields, and in the top we have two options called view code and preview. So let me click on the preview. So this will render the form interface. So this is what the form will look like when it's triggered from a click component, say from a command or button or message action. So this is how the form will look like. So the title and description doesn't match. So let's edit that. So for that you have to click on form properties. And here let me read the title. Okay. Now let's trigger the form again. So as you can see here, let me. So as you can see here, that form title and it is updated. Let me click on view code now. So here I said a JSON for this form which we have created now is generated. So let me copy this JSON and move back to the editor. So here as said we have to return the response, JSON response. So adding return statement and ending the statement with a semicolon. So here we have created a form template and replace the code here. So on action, like action in the sense on submitting a form, we have to invoke a function. So something, some handlers should handle submit action, right? So here on submit, a function will be invoked, and here's the name of the function. So by default, when you create a form from the form builder, the name will be given as function. But let me rename that to add to do. So we will create this function later. So let me save this code. And next up, just let me try executing this in the composer once. So as you can see here, we have executed the command and the form is displayed in the UI. So next up, let's create a database to store all these values provided by the user. For that, you have an option called database in the LHS. So let's go there and click on create database. So let's provide a unique name for our database and display name. Okay, let's click on save and edit code. So as you can see here, a storage with unique name to do already exists. So let's rename it and again click on save. So a database is created And here there are 5 field types. We have supported 5 field types in our Cliq platform database. So for our to-do list application, we need to store the user's ID. So a organization can have more than one user. So every user can add to do. So to differentiate that, let's add a text column to store the user's ID. So let's name it as ZUID. So ZUID is Zoho's unique ID for the user. So I'm marking this as mandatory. And next up, let's add a large text field to store the actual to-do content. Okay. And next we need to add a number field to store the due date. So we store the dates in a post format, so it will be in long. So I'm naming it as due date. Default value 0 and marking this mandatory. And next step, we need to add a boolean. So to store whether the to-do is completed or not. By default, let it be false and marking this mandatory as well. And next step, we have to store the priority given by the user. So and finally, let's store the task to the added time too. So we have added 6 columns to our database. A text column to store the user's ID, large text to store the to-do content, number to store due date, boolean to store whether the to-do is completed or not, text to store the priority, and number to store the added time. So click on save fields and our database is saved. Once the database is saved, you can navigate back and search for the database we have created now. On clicking the database, you will get this to-do list, the details of the database which you have created. So here we list the sample codes for all the CRUD operations which you can perform with this database. So here is the sample script to add a record to the database which you have created now. So it will list all the columns you have added. So default values for those columns, and we have a delete task to add a record to the database. So here the database unique name is added by default. So to fetch list of records, you can provide a criteria saying the to-do should be equal to ABC. So this script will fetch the list of to-dos where the to-do content matches ABC. So if you have record ID, you can directly fetch the record. So record ID in the sense, whenever a record gets added to a database, we click generate a unique ID for that record. So if you have that record ID, you can directly fetch the record from the database. And here the script to update the record using criteria and script to delete records using the criteria. So you can bulk delete multiple records or update multiple records in a single script. So here we have another option to view the database. On clicking it, a new page will be open and all the columns we created will be listed here. And there are no records. Obviously, we didn't add any record to our database. Okay. Now let's see how to create a function to handle the form submission. So I'm navigating to the function section and clicking on create function. So as I have renamed in the command script, let me name this function as add to do. And select the function type as form. And this is the default script we give for a form. So this is a sample application to where a form with asset management is rendered. So let me replace with this code with the code I have written to add the user given values to our database. So let me explain this code later. So here this is the default code, but let me save this and try executing our command again. So the form is rendered. So let me set the due date as 28th October and set priority as high. On clicking it, we get this consent pop-up again because a new component is getting executed in this flow. So the end user should be aware of what are the details the developer is accessing to make this workflow work. So here as said, to create a record in Cliq database using your authentication. So when you execute this command and submit the form, your record will be added to the database using your authentication. So all the actions will be listed here. I am proceeding this. So we got this something went wrong and is content the creator for this integration. So it means something went wrong in the code. So the form submission didn't work. So to debug this, actually we got this error message here. So stating you cannot specific key value pair as input in the function. So while developing, we might experience few issues. So to debug those, we have provided option called logs. So these logs will be indexed. These logs will be indexed whenever a user execute this component. So say we have created a command and end user execute that command, you will get this log indexed here. So it will take up to take a couple of minutes to get indexed. So let's let me wait for the log to get indexed so we can see what's the issue. So as it info the logging statement, so I have just logged the form inputs given by the user. Let me add log for the delete stars to add record to the database and trigger submit again. So as you can see here, the first execution got indexed and we have the execution time and the user details who executed that component and view execution response to view the error details along with the info statements. So what are all the info statements which we have added to our code will get listed here. So these are the form values which I have entered in the form. So it's listed because I have added info statement. So let me wait for the second execution where I have logged the response from the create record API. Okay, we got the second response here. So let me check the response which I have logged for the delete script inside delete task. And as we can see here, we got a failure status message stating you have to specify a value for the missing column message link. So this error states we didn't give value for a mandatory column which is named as message link. But as you can see here, we didn't add any column called message link. Why this error is shown is we tried to create a database and named the unique name as to do, but as it was already used, we renamed it as to do's. But here in this script, I try to create a record in the to-do database. So in to-do database, message link column is marked as mandatory. So that's the issue. So I have to edit the database unique name here. So I have saved the script again. So let me try to submit this form. Okay, we again got a issue. Let me continue the session. So as we can see here, we got the success response for this case, but it failed in this place. So let me replace this with standalone statements. So the form got submitted now, and we got the banner saying to added successfully, which we have written in this form function submit handler. So let me database. So as we can see here, the record got added. So 3-4 times the response failed because of constructing a wrong response. So let me delete a couple of records from here, and the record is displayed here. So till now we have created a command which invokes a form. So when user submits a form, the data record gets added to the database. So one part of our use case is completed. Now we have to provide an option for the user to list the pending to-dos created by him. So for that, let me create another command. So let me navigate to commands section and create a command called pending to-dos. And I already have a script to pull the pending to-dos from the database. So let me save it and edit the database unique name here and execute this in the chat window. As we can see here, we got a card with the only to do which we have, which is not marked as complete. So here we have the to do content and the due date which we have set and the priority. Also, we have added we had an option to mark this to do as complete. So clicking on this button again invokes a form, but sorry function, which but we have not created any function for this. So let me create that. But before that, let me explain this code. So what we have done here is we have created a criteria mentioning that to-dos completed status should be false and the ZUD should be the current user's ID. So this will fetch the list of to-dos which I have created and it's not completed. So I have again triggered a Zoho delete task to get the records from the to-dos database. And I have on success response and response having size greater than 0, I am constructing a card and iterating the list of to-dos I have and added those as a rows and return the response. So if I don't have any to-do, I just post text called you don't have any active to-dos. So as you can see here, we have 4 columns here. So to-do, due date, priority, and an option to mark this as complete. So on each iteration, we have updated all 4 column data. So here we have added to-do, due date, priority, and also here button to mark this to-do as completed. So this is the button markdown syntax. So in square brackets, we have to give the button label. And next up, we have to mention the type. The type is invoke.function and the function name. So I have named the function as mark as complete. So I have also passed the to-dos ID. So I'm clicking on this button should mark only this to-do is completed. So I am passing this ID to the when this button is clicked. So for each row, a unique button will be generated with unique ID. So let me create this function by navigating to function section and leave the function type as button and replace the script which I have written already. So let me try marking this as complete. So once I click on mark as complete, the to-do status is updated. So let me check my database. So here the completed status is false. On refresh, we can see that status is getting changed to true. So let me trigger this pending to-dos command again. And we got this, you don't have any active to-dos. So this is a simple example on how you can bundle the tools, like integrate the tools which we provide and provide a workflow solution. So here the to-do doesn't can't be solved with the command alone. So you need a command which is an interactable component to provide a form to get the details from the user and a backend database to store the details provided by the user, and again a function to for command to pull the list of to-dos and a function to handle what should be done when user clicks on a button or submits the form, etc. So I hope this is a basic example which you can all understand. And if you have any doubts, please unmute and ask your queries.
Thank you, Navneet. Tyag, there is one more question by Amit in the chat. Can we integrate Zoho to do with Cliq? I'm able to create the task through Cliq. we also need to notify the user.
Yeah, hello. This is
Yes.
task. This is question related to about Zoho Mail to do.
Okay.
We want to integrate with the Cliq. I have seen that we can create a task through the Cliq, but can't able to notify that particular user or on changing of status uh, to anything means open, close. So is
So
there
it's
any?
possible. It's possible. So if you have a webhook in mail to do, so which can be triggered when the status is changed. So you can achieve this. So you can use that webhook to trigger ClickBot. So ClickBot can post notification to the user saying this to do status is updated. So this is possible.
Okay, about the another one that about the tagging, which I am been struggling for about many months. That
Okay.
how to tag a user means
Okay.
I am able to tag the user, but
Okay.
not able to alert the user. But the user is showing properly when I hover on the username, but user can't get a alert. So
Yeah,
that is the
we
issue.
have two mention formats. Yeah, basically we support two mention formats. One is normal mention and second one is silent mention. I hope you are using silent mention. Silent mention is used to only indicate the user. When you use silent mention, if you click on that username, you'll get the user details. Only with the normal mentions, the user will get notified. So we have syntax available for both the mention formats. Let me share the link in the chat window.
Yes, that would be better. Thank you for the
Yeah,
reference.
sure, sure.
I'm not sure about that. I'm not aware about that silent reference or yeah. Okay.
We'll share the link in the
And
chat window.
about the integration of related to that to do and can do you have any reference for that as well?
We have not integrated with the Zoho Mail Studio yet, so we can expect you can get connected to Click Support mail ID, so we can assist you with integrating it.
Okay, sure. Thanks. And
Yeah,
can I ask two more questions in
yeah, sure, sure.
this is a bit different. My team is asking, is it
Okay.
possible to get notification if someone reacts to our message? This
Yeah,
is the
yeah.
first one.
Yeah, we're currently supporting it, right?
No, it's not enabled to all. So it's in work in progress. So we are in beta stage. So it should be available in a few days.
In the next 2 days.
Yeah.
Okay. And the second one is not getting event reminders of meetings. Only get reminders if I manually create event in the calendar.
You should be getting
Do you know about this?
notifications. Yeah, it's you should get notifications. We don't have a separate flow for get which gets created or automatically created. So you can also contact us
If
through
somebody
support.
else created a reminder, so I'm not getting alert.
Yeah, if you are mentioned or added to that meeting, you should get notified. So this is how we have handled it. So if you can contact our support with the details, they can check this for you.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
So we have built few internal tools to automate our workflows and handle some few use cases of Zoho Cliq. So we are Thiago is ready to showcase two of our use cases which we have solved using our Cliq platform. So it is used every day by our Zoho's employees. So what do you Thiago?
Now we are going to discuss about an important use case which we handle in Zoho Cliq, where we are able to view the dining menus on real time without any distractions. So I hope my screen is visible, right?
Yes.
Okay. So in Cliq, we have developed a widget called Jeeves, where we can able to view the food menus and cab details, vehicles, and supply details and everything. So before we enter into the dining, from Cliq, we can able to view the menu items for the current situation. For example, for today dinner, I mean for snacks, these are the menu items which are currently served in dining hall. So this is a real-time use case which we covered in Cliq. And coming to cabs, so we have cab services, shuttle services, and night cab service. We can able to view the timings, and followed by that we can able to check the shuttle service timing based on the location too. So if you need to book a cab for night service, so you can just click on book a cab and you can book the cab service and you can avail it. So parallelly, coming to vehicle tab, so you can able to see the vehicles which are available, and if you need to search for a vehicle or if you need to charge a vehicle, you can raise the request and you can achieve the same. So parallelly, coming to emergency SOS. So in case if it's an emergency or I am critical, so I can just click on this button. So the emergency SOS will trigger a message to the respective user. So my colleague will help me reach and help me. So coming to supplies details. So if I need to raise any request regarding footrest or chair or chair in my place, I can just raise a request, and the admin team can get in touch and provide the request. So parallelly, coming to complaints tab, so where we can able to raise complaints. For example, if there is any water leakage or something, I can immediately take a snap and I can submit the request. So on doing so, I can able to admin team can check it and resolve this as soon as possible. So this is the major use case which we covered in our organization. So likewise, we have another use case where a support team can take actions. So usually, if a request is raised, the support agent will ping the developers and check it whether the request is concerned, is resolved, or where are we in this. So we don't need to worry about that. We have come up with a tool called Supportify, where once the support agent is raised the request will be assigned to the respective developer, and the developer will be acknowledging. So in any case, if developer misses to acknowledge a response, the bot will automatically notify in this channel, mentioning the developer that he missed to update the status. So until the developer updates the status, the bot will be notifying automatically at a scheduled time. So in this case, there is no possibilities to miss a customer ticket, and that support agent should not need to manually reach the developer to get the status of the ticket. So I will just demonstrate on how this is done. So I'm just executing the command. And the source will be the customer in the reach the support via chat or call or disk, or it's an internal ticket. So I'm just choosing that disk, and the ID will be, I'm just passing the ticket ID followed by the user ZUID, Zoho ID, and the user belongs to the DC, and the type is issue, and the client is web. The module is channels. I am assigning this to Scott Fisher, and I am adding a command that can't able to add more than 40 users in a channel. I am just adding a command, and I'm just choosing a business type, and I am submitting the request now. So you can see that once the request is submitted, a message is posted in this channel mentioning the developer that this issue is assigned to him. So in any instance, if developer missed to update the status, a message will be posted reminding that you have missed this instance. So now I am just moving to Scott, and the Scott is acknowledging this issue. So you can able to see that the mention is mentioned here because the issue is assigned to Scott. So I am just acknowledging that. So it's an issue. So we'll move fix, and the command is issue will be fixed and live in twice. I am just adding a comment and setting the due date as 20 Monday. So 23 10 October 2023, and I'm just submitting the request. So now you can able to see that the message is posted mentioning the support agent, the person who raised the request, so that he will be aware that Scott will be fixing this issue and will be moved live by Monday. So by providing such a notifications, so support agent doesn't need to reach the developer to manually get the status of this ticket. By just viewing this thread, the support agent should need to be aware that the issue will be moved live by 23. So once the issue is moved, the developer will again acknowledge by clicking this update button, and he will just update the status as resolution. So solution provided. So just adding a comment as issue moved to live, moved to production. I'm just adding a comment and I am just submitting this form. So once the form is submitted, you can able to see the message has included the respective support agent and provided the message, so that the respective support agent will just inform the customer that this issue will be resolved and moved live. So parallelly, once the acknowledgement is done, so you can able to see that this thread is closed. I hope you all are aware about threads in channels, where you can able to enable threads and you can use the threads for discussion about a particular topic. So likewise, I have enabled the thread, and all the responses for this particular incident will be posted in this thread. So once the resolution is given, the thread will be closed automatically. So it will be helpful for support agents too. But if my support lead needs to check what other issues are in open, so they can just click on all threads and they can view it here. So this shows I have two open incidents in this channel. So it's a very easy way to follow and handle the incidents. So that's it from my side. I will just show you how Jeeves will work in mobile version.
Yeah, no, just a minute. I have to add a point. Can you show that thread you have created now?
Yeah.
As we had a question early in the session, so in this message posted by 4:30 23 p.m. So that's the last message. You can see there are two mentions. Last message. Yeah, we have Ryan and Scott mentioned in this. So this message is intended for Ryan, so the support agent. So we have used normal mention so that the Ryan gets notified for this message. And we have also mentioned Scott using silent mention. So clicking on that Scott, we can view the user details, but Scott won't get notified. So these are the two mention types which I have said earlier to the question raised. So Scott, in this for this last message, Scott won't be notified, but for the first thread message, Scott should be notified. So this, I think you
So
are trying to achieve this use case.
yes, so I need to put @ symbol just before the syntax, right? Just before the code.
Yeah, I think Yahoo shared the documentation for it. So you have to use
I
the curly
have
braces and
checked the document.
yeah,
Yeah. So
control register.
I am using the correct thing, but that @ symbol is I'm not using. So that may
Okay,
be the
fine.
issue.
Yeah, sure. I hope your
Actually,
things clear.
actually, if you are using in text key, the normal mention, the normal mention is supported. If you are using the mention format in any of the components like slides, tables or list, in that case, you have to go with silent mentions. So this is our internal app which we developed inside, which we are using inside Zoho. This is our widget. So on clicking Foods tab, we can able to view the food menus. The same like which we shown in web, the same will replicate in mobile version too. So I can able to see the menu items. So followed by that, if I need to provide any feedback, I can able to give it. So coming to cap. So I can able to view the cab. I can able to book the cab, and or if I need to view any timings for any particular location, I can able to view the timings too. The same interface will available in both web and the mobile versions. So then moving to a vehicle. So I have added vehicles, and if I wish to add any vehicle, I can add or I can remove it. The emergency SOS. So if you need any help from your, or if you are in emergency or not well, you can just trigger this emergency button so that the notification will be triggered to the emergency contact person. So he will just reach you and help you immediately. As we are using Cliq as a major part of communication, we have implemented all these use cases. So if you need to raise any request for suppliers, you can raise. And we have a cab tracking where we can able to track our vehicles, the cab service which are available currently. Currently, the vehicles cab service is stopped by 5:30. So currently there is no ongoing vehicles. But if once the vehicle is enabled, we can able to view the cab trackings here. So you can able to see a vehicle icon and the vehicle movings. So likewise, if you need to integrate for your organization, you can able to achieve the same for your organization.
Yeah, the whole point of Thiago sharing his screen, mobile screen is that any widget that you build for your web view or your app will also be supported on your mobile screens. So mobile app as well. So even the maps and even the forms and images that you build in widgets will be supported on your mobile apps.